Hello again, everybody, and welcome to Somerset Sports Talk, a production of Somerset County Recreation, Parks, and Tourism. I'm Gary.
I'm Jack.
And we are here again to talk about things we probably know nothing about,
Well,
but think we do.
we're faking it pretty good. At least we think we are.
Yeah, we just like talking about sports, and if anybody else wants to contribute, if you're local, you want to come on in, come on in. The more guests, the better. And if you want to participate, you can always drop me an email, ghicks@Somerset County, or somersetmd.us. I'm
There you
sorry.
go.
ghicks@somersetmd.us. And let us know what you think, or we'll throw some stuff out there. And if you wanna come back with responses, or you have any kind of statement you want to make, go ahead and let us know.
Absolutely.
And we'll be glad to.
We're
I'll be
here
glad
for
to read
you.
them. Yeah, I'll be glad to read them, and whatever you say, as long as it's sayable.
Yeah.
Then we'll put it out there. So this week we're going to talk about a couple of things, mostly football. I do want to start with baseball because locally, everybody in Birdland is happy.
The Orioles mania.
Yeah, the Orioles
And they
clinched a playoff spot.
Keep doing it every day. They play
Yeah.
as good as the last day. So
That
it's fun to watch.
If you can't see them regularly, you're missing out on something, because this is literally
Exciting
a group
team.
of young kids who have come up pretty quick through the system
Very quick.
and through the organization,
Yeah.
and they are putting on a show.
Playing like contenders play.
Yeah.
That's the best part.
And
They showed no let up the whole season.
they've
That's hard to
got
do.
a couple of game lead in the
Yeah.
in
yeah.
the
They
for the
beat-
division.
They beat the Astros 2 in a row the last two nights. So
Yeah.
that wasn't, because the Astros are leading their division and thought to be the contender, the best
Yeah.
contender for the World Series. So that's playing some ball right there. And they're doing it late in the games a lot of times,
Yeah.
too. So
So they're fighting, and it's
really
good.
fun to
They've
watch.
been
Oh, my goodness.
a very proud organization from
Yeah.
way back when, and
Yeah. Their coach is doing a magnificent job.
struggled for a while, and it's always good when
Yeah.
you see teams like that turn it around and
Yeah.
be productive. So everybody here's got their fingers crossed and hoping
Right.
for a good playoff run.
Playoff
We'll
run.
talk more about that when we get to it.
It'll be a hot ticket to go to that stadium. Sure.
Yeah, it'll be hard to
Be
find.
hard to get.
Yeah. If anybody wants to bring us along, we'll be happy
Yeah,
to
right.
watch some playoff games. And just real quick, because it's like this is the time of year where it's either you're playing for a playoff spot or you're done.
Right, pretty much.
And the only other teams, and this is kind of exciting for if your team is other than the Orioles, the Braves have clinched their division.
That's right.
And I think right now they might be the team to beat.
They're pretty strong.
Yep. And then Tampa Bay has clinched a playoff spot.
Okay.
They're in the battle with Baltimore
Right.
for the East. So,
Right.
but both of them are in.
Right. And the winner's still to be determined.
Yeah.
Got enough games left where that's still
Yeah.
up
It's
for
not a
grabs.
done deal. So that's baseball. We're
Yeah.
looking forward to it.
It'll be fun
Once
to
the
watch.
playoffs come around, it'll be fun. It's always fun when you got a horse to root for.
Oh yeah. Well,
And,
I'm a bandwagon guy because it's not my first choice team.
Yeah.
I'm quickly, kind of jumped on and I'm really enjoying watching what's going on.
Yeah. So.
Go Nats. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
No, yeah.
Next year.
There's always next year. All right, so that's our baseball portion. We'll talk more about baseball when the playoffs come around. We'll talk about golf soon with the Ryder Cup coming up. And now back to the big, probably
What?
dominant.
What?
Well, before we talk about the NFL, Jack and I were talking before we started taping, and we were talking about college football real quick.
Oh yeah.
And
wow.
the thing that Colorado's doing.
Oh my goodness, it's just crazy what's going on.
Yeah.
Deion Sanders has shown to be an amazing coach and a motivator. And now I don't know what happened, but there was something that was said by the other coach,
Right.
from the Colorado State coach, that really fired up the whole rivalry.
Yeah.
And there was a fight before the
I
game
saw,
even
I saw a
started.
little of that, yep.
And so it was a very heated battle. And, you know, Vegas had 24 points, spread for Colorado, which, you know, 2 weeks before they were 24, underdogs.
Yeah,
and
that's a
beat
big.
TCU. But anyway, so they came into this game and wow, what a game as it turned out. I didn't watch the whole thing. I saw some highlights, but it went down to the last drive for Colorado to tie it, right? And,
Yeah.
And the Sanders, son took them all the way down, and that was even after Travis Hunter was hurt. I think that happened early in the game.
Yeah,
so they did it with the other receivers, but tied it up and went into OT, then went into double OT, and then ended up as the victor there finally at the end. So.
And I don't remember when it's mandatory you have to go for 2.
Yeah, I know that.
I thought it was after 3.
It may. Well, I don't know, but they did say something about having to go for 2.
Yeah, Dion went for 2.
Yeah.
After the second overtime.
Yeah.
Touchdown.
So this week
So,
is the reality check.
Yep.
Because they're going into Oregon. I think it's away. I think they're going into Oregon. Oregon's program has been strong for a lot of years now. And I don't know how many players they had back from last year, but I think they were a pretty high bowl type. They weren't in the big time bowls, but they were up there pretty close.
Yeah,
So
they've been top.
Oregon is a program. If they come out, if Colorado beats Oregon, it will be absolute Colorado mania.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll be the biggest story in football. Anything happens in the NFL, I don't know how they could even begin to top it.
Yeah,
Because,
and
so we'll see.
Yeah, he's doing
It's
a
fun
great
to
job.
And his personality, Dion's he's always had a very polarizing personality.
Yes.
Let's just put it that way.
I agree.
But he has done something to motivate these young people to playing at a level that nobody really thought that most of them would. Well, maybe, I guess at Jackson State he did it, and then when he came and ripped apart the whole existing squad and said, none of you belong here, see you later.
Yep.
But he's proven, and wow, what an influence. And now he's going to go from never, or he got turned down 5 or 6 schools before he got to Jackson State.
Yep.
And I think one of them was his alma mater, Florida. I think he wanted to be the Florida coach. And they said, no, we're not ready for you. And so he'll have they were talking this morning, I heard something. Won't it be funny if Florida State grabs him as their coach and he ends up having to play against Florida, his alma mater?
No, Florida State's his alma mater.
Oh, well then the other way around.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, and
either way. But anyway, so he's gone from no man's land to being the most highly thought of hot property in college football. So, but you're only as good as your last week, and right now he's pretty good.
Right.
So if they
See what
lose,
happens.
it might temper it a little bit.
Yeah, I know. Beforehand, you were talking about Colorado State said something, did something, and they asked him how he's going to react. He said, "You wait till the handshake at the end of the game."
Oh yeah, right.
Which I waited for the handshake at the end of the game.
Apparently, he didn't take his hat off or something.
And they were he seemed very complimentary to each other.
Oh, they talked to each other? It wasn't animosity? Okay.
And
I didn't see it.
They were very nice to each
That's
other.
what happens when it's in Colorado. It's late.
Yeah.
Too late for us East Coast old folks.
So, and once we get into the college season more, with all these non-conference games and stuff.
Right, yeah.
To really dissect how good somebody is or isn't. You got a couple of games where they're not non-conference, and but for the most part, most of the Division I teams are playing lower Division I.
Well, they just all the top group just hope that nothing weird happens and they get a loss, because then when they get into conference play, then it all really becomes reality, and that's when you find out who's really the better teams.
All right, now let's transition here to football. And before we talk about what I think some of my major points are for happened in the past week, we are going to talk about how we did against the spread.
Let's do it.
And I have the results. In the Vikings, we've had Vikings in Philadelphia. That was a 6-point, -6 for Philly. It was 34-28, so that was a push.
Mm.
So,
wow.
nothing going on there.
Okay.
All right, we had
Wow.
San Francisco against the Rams.
Yeah.
San Francisco -8. Final score was 30-23. So the Rams took that one.
Ooh.
Browns and Steelers. Browns were 2.5. Giving up 2.5. Steelers won outright,
Yeah,
26-22.
see ya.
And then Kansas City was given 3.5 against the Jaguars,
They won that one.
and they won 17-9.
Yeah,
So
they covered.
that's what we have.
You know, the
Um,
over was the over in that game was 50.5 or something.
Holy cow!
They scored what
26?
points.
So push. Everybody got a push. We also had the mystery picker in on this week.
Oh, that's right. How'd the mystery man? do?
I'll give you the results here. In the San
I think I
Francisco,
went like bad.
San Francisco and Rams. You and I lost. The mystery picker won.
Boo.
Browns Steelers. You and I lost.
Oh,
Mystery
shoot.
picker won.
Oh God.
Kansas
terrible.
City and Jaguars. I won. You and the mystery picker
I'm
lost.
0-3.
So the mystery picker was 2-1. I was 1-2, and you were 0-3. Thank God this is for entertainment purposes only.
Well,
No
that's
money
probably
exchanged hands.
Probably why my bank account doesn't look as good as I want it to.
So
That's the NFL. Those NFL
you never know.
players, man, you just don't know what they're going to do each week.
It's
It's so crazy.
who's going to show up?
God,
so
goodness, that Pittsburgh game, I watched that game, and I was so disappointed.
I
in
had a
Cleveland.
hard time watching
Now
that.
I know Chubb went out,
Yeah.
and that probably really did kill it. But wow,
Yeah.
it just was. They almost like they didn't want to win after he left.
Yeah, it was like a
It's weird.
interception on the first play or some first six. Yeah,
I don't know.
and
Well,
then back
Pittsburgh,
and forth.
See, Tomlin has the aura somehow that he can't lose 2 games in a row.
Yeah.
That's what somebody said prior to the game. I said, yeah, but I mean, something's going to happen eventually.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't. They won the game.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh 1-1 now. Goodness, who knew? And there's some 0-2 teams that you could never believe could ever be 0-2. but
Yeah,
there
well,
they
that's
sit.
that's what one of my points of the
Yeah.
week is that the Bengals, the Chargers, and the Vikings are all 0-2, and
Yeah.
those teams were supposed to contend.
And I've followed them all 3, and wow, it's been just terrible.
Now, I think the Bengals started 0-2 last year,
They did,
so
and part of it was the rehab that Burrow had to go through with his what was it, mono or something that he had, or something. He had something that he had to get over,
Right.
And then they flourished, but he's got this calf issue that I watched the Baltimore game on Sunday, and man, he looked okay in the first half. I mean, he moved
Yeah.
around okay, and he was completing some passes. But boy, he's hurt. He was limping at the end.
I heard he strained it again. Yeah,
So it could be a long season for the old Bengals,
yeah, and
who I picked in the futures for winning the Super Bowl, by the way. I must be the cooler. I must really be a bad bettor, 'cause I picked the wrong people a lot of times. Jiminy Christmas.
who'd you pick? Oh, I don't have the paper who you picked. I didn't write down who you picked last week when we made our early Super Bowl picks.
Oh, I know. I think I took San Francisco.
You might have, and I think I did too. Yeah,
They're too easy to pick
yeah, right
at this
now.
point.
And again,
But
that's
they got a bit of a. Sorry about that. I didn't know that was on.
look, we got a call in.
Yeah. Hello.
Hi, you're on the air.
That's not a nice thing to say.
Yeah, how dare you pick on my picks?
There you pick on me 0-3.
San Francisco looks good. I still think
Okay.
they look pretty good.
Well, the Rams surprised me a little bit with
Yeah.
a little more offense than
Yeah,
there had been previously. So
they're playing okay.
yeah.
I'm still waiting for Purdy to have like a kind of a meltdown or something
Well-
where he just has a horrible
I
game.
don't know. He's
But
looking pretty
yeah.
stone-like. He looks pretty
Yeah.
solid. What are you doing? Who are you? So, all right, I'm going to silence this thing.
There you go. See,
There we go.
working pro shop guy,
Yeah.
working PGA Pro.
I wish I knew
People
who it
want
was.
to call for
That thing never rings.
lessons.
That's why I don't worry about silencing it. It never rings. I'm not
So-
popular anymore.
So another.
And then the San Diego, Staley's on the hot seat.
Yes.
Because they just find, like I heard the other day, they just find ways to lose, and it's so true.
Yeah.
The talent they have, they shouldn't be losing those games.
Right. And the Vikings, I think everybody thought,
Yeah.
with Aaron Rodgers out of the division.
I heard an interesting idea that the Jets should make a play for Cousins for the rest of the year, and just get him in there, and he would be a better quarterback than Zach Wilson. And he's on his last year anyway with the Vikings, because they're not going to renew anything with them.
Yeah.
So I thought it was an interesting concept.
It is,
But
but I don't
it ain't
think
gonna happen.
he's not going to win you
He's not going to win the
the
championship
division.
games.
Yeah, he's not. I don't think he's going to.
I think Zach can pull out some wins.
Hopefully.
Their schedule is so hard, though, so I don't
Yeah.
know. It's going to be a real challenge.
Yeah.
And they didn't look very good on Sunday
Another
or
thing.
Monday. whatever
Looks like
it
the
was.
Chiefs are back to the Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Chris Jones is back and Travis
Listen,
Kelce's back.
Look, Bieniemy lost. Now, of course, first week you didn't have the two major players on
Yeah.
defense, or defense and then Kelsey on offense. Kelsey apparently was hobbled. He wasn't full strength,
Yeah.
but he managed to get open, got a touchdown, and they only scored 17 points, and that's not the KC
No, yeah.
norm. They're usually up more than 17.
So who was the genius? Was it
Who was it, Bieniemy or was
Bieniemy or Reed?
Reed?
Who's like everyone's like,
That's
oh,
what I was
Bieniemy's
getting to. Is that
Reed is the genius and he's the real offensive coordinator.
the Washington team scored more points than they did last year.
Yeah,
So there's some
And that's-
wonder about that.
Bieniemy, and I think Bieniemy's trying to prove a point. It wasn't just Andy Reid.
I'm glad.
I was a good offensive coordinator. I can be a
hope
good head coach.
Keeps going
I do
because
too.
I'm on the best end of that. So I got my burgundy and gold.
Yeah, there
all
you
over.
go.
I'm 2-0. I'm sitting up in the top of the division.
That's right.
I haven't played a team that's going to
Yep,
be
but-
over 500 this year. But
Wait till the Cowboys come because the Cowboys.
Well, listen,
that
the Bu-
defense is
the
looking
Bills
good.
are coming, or they're going to. No, the Bills are coming to town. I think it's in Washington.
Yeah,
But that's going to be a challenge. But hey, Washington could be that sleeper team that ekes out these weird wins every week.
and with Josh Allen, it's almost to the point where you don't know anymore. Is he going to be
Yeah,
Josh Allen Superman,
say that
or Josh Allen
I
running
did
and getting sacked?
win my bet on Allen this past week because I bet on him to have a bounce back, and he did
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah,
So, but he did throw Stephon Diggs a touchdown, which hurt me. But
Yeah,
anyway, but
I-
3 other players he got.
I lost my fantasy game,
Yeah.
and I lost my fantasy game, but I made it closer when Russell Wilson threw that Hail Mary.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, that thing helped me a lot.
Yeah, then it got a little closer. Yeah.
And then.
Are you talking about our league?
Yeah.
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 I got 142 points and lost.
Holy cow.
Lisa had 152 points.
Wow. And I lost to my son who, he had one player left and I was up by 1 point.
Oh, jeez.
And I was like,
ain't
like
gonna happen.
3 minutes into the first quarter, I texted him and said, hey, congratulations on the
Yeah.
win. Because this running back got like 4 yards or something. I
That
don't
was
know.
all he needed, yeah.
Yeah, he got something easy and one catch.
Fantasy,
So
that fantasy's tough.
yeah,
I
I'm
don't know
0-2 by the way.
I don't know how to play that.
And talk about hard luck. Last week, I was winning.
Yeah.
All I needed was my quarterback to a Monday night to score a few points. Who was my quarterback? Aaron Rodgers. I got no points from my quarterback.
Oh, that's
position.
bad luck.
Yeah, and I lost the last week. So,
Jeez. Oh, well.
so that's where we are with what we're thinking about the NFL. We are both in a pool together, which we are using as our official pool.
Okay.
And surprise, we're both 21-10. So,
21-10.
yep, you.
So I was 11.
Week 1, you were 11-4 because we didn't play the
11-4,
Thursday
that's
night
right.
game,
That's right.
and I was 9-6. And this week, I was 12-4, and you were
Nice.
10-6.
I was 10-6. Okay.
Yep.
Oh,
So
nice. Good for
yeah,
you.
so we're battling out there, which is great.
Oh, man, I might have to travel harder. I have to do some studying.
Yeah.
Not just throw a dart on.
Depends
my,
on. I just wake up and go, "Who's playing tonight?"
Yeah.
Ooh, which reminds, I got.
Well,
something
with the
tomorrow.
NFL, there's a lot of strategy that you could take, but sometimes it's just like,
Yeah.
okay,
Throw a dart.
There's really no
Yeah.
rhyme or reason to what happens anymore.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
I put 2 treats down, and I have my cat. Whichever one he eats.
Whichever one is good.
That's what I'm picking from now
Oh,
on.
jeez.
And I do want to give a shout out to Steve, my brother. He's one of the people who watches. Sent me. We asked for Super Bowl
Yeah.
picks. He sent me. He's got Miami and Philadelphia winning. So
Okay. Not a bad pick.
Shout out to him. Thank you.
Miami's
Again,
playing very well.
yes.
As long as Tua stays
Miami,
healthy.
yeah, that's the key.
Yeah.
Can he not take that hit that's going to put him out?
They're a fun team to watch.
Yeah, they want all that speed they have.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I'm sure that Mahomes is missing some of
yeah.
what was out there before on his side.
And I saw this. I watched a little bit of that game, and they were talking about this running back that's even faster than Tyreek Hill.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, and I'm like, how much speed can you have?
Yeah, well,
You know?
that's true.
Yeah.
Separation speed if he ever gets out, he's going.
He's a running back, and, yeah. But you got to
get him in front of.
Got to get through the
people
hole first.
behind him.
Yeah. So.
Got to get them all behind him.
So that's where we are with that. What else? We want to pick, and again, please send us your picks in if you see this. We're going to pick against the spread again this week. The first game we got are the Eagles giving up 5 to the Buccaneers.
Eagles at home, right?
Yeah, now Mayfield is one of those, to me, he's a very big surprise that he's got Tampa Bay 2-0.
You know, I always liked him I don't know why, but I just liked his spirit. And it goes back even to college when he was Oklahoma beat Oklahoma State or something. He went to the middle and planted the flag.
Yeah.
But and I miss his commercials.
In the
I'll tell you what, I
turf.
do miss his commercials.
Oh, yeah.
He's been irrelevant
Yeah,
now
was
for
it
a couple of years.
State Farm?
State Farm or something.
Allstate?
Yeah, they were fun
One of those
commercials.
insurance
I always liked them.
They were.
But-
The football stadium was his house. I love that. That
was-
concept was
that
hilarious
was
to me.
Good. So, but you know, he's in a good system apparently that he likes.
Yeah.
And Christ, I mean, he's got Godwin, he's got Evans, and those receivers are good still.
Yeah?
So if he gets a little time and he's just not too tries to fit it too close into a pocket or something, it's working. I mean, they're 2-0, right?
Yes.
So remember last year the division 8 and 9 won it or something, right? I think it was 8 wins that
Something, yeah.
won that
Yeah.
division.
One of those divisions, 7 and 9.
So now they're talking
8,
about
9.
Atlanta and
Minus 2-0.
is Carolina in that one too?
Yeah, they're on 2. They're
Yeah,
strong.
that's kind of a
They got the
division
new
that-
quarterback. So
Yeah, they get the rookies
Yeah,
that are
rookie.
out there. But so I'll take the Eagles, give up the points,
All right, that's
even though I like Baker.
me too.
But Eagles are strong.
I'm going with the
It's
Eagles.
hard to bet against them.
All right, we got Atlanta at Detroit. Detroit is minus 3.5.
Detroit lost a heartbreaker there to Seattle, so they're at
putting
home.
points up, man.
They're gonna trounce. I'll take Detroit.
Atlanta.
I'll take Detroit minus
All right.
the 3.
I agree with you, by the way. Atlanta looked good against the Packers. They came back.
Yeah.
They were down, 12,
Yeah,
I
they
guess,
did.
and
They
came
had a
back.
nice comeback.
And
Well, Bryce
that-
is known for his comebacks.
that
so,
Bijan
yeah,
Robinson,
yeah.
kid's good. He's good.
He
He
is good.
impressed me. I
Yeah.
liked him.
There's a couple monster running back performances so far
Yeah.
this year, and receiving a couple of rookie receivers that are doing great too. So
Yeah.
out one is in the Rams, that Nakua or whatever. his
Yeah,
name is.
I tried to pick him up on.
He's
I tried to pick him up.
Lisa
on,
already had
in our
him.
fantasy. I ended up picking up some other guy.
he got like
Tutu
28
Atwell.
points.
Because
Did
I
you get
thought that was
Atwell?
his name. I thought that was his name, but it was
Oh,
because I couldn't remember the guy's name.
yeah.
you know?
Yeah, right.
So-
I know. Well, it's not your household name.
Right, and that's why Tutu
But
well,
Tua
man, that was him.
Kanua, or whatever his name is.
Yeah. All right, we've got a throwback game,
Okay.
so to speak. And this would be a tough pick back in the day. Two, Pittsburgh is at the Raiders,
Right.
and the Raiders are -2.
Here's -2 at home. Pittsburgh.
I've always liked Pittsburgh.
Raiders have Garoppolo and Devontae Adams. I'm going to say that Tomlin wins that game.
Okay,
+2.
I'm going with the Raiders.
Okay, good. So we have
I just think Pittsburgh's Pickett isn't consistent yet.
Yeah.
I think he can
Their
get
defense,
to be
I
good.
don't know. They have.
And-
I like watching, but I don't like watching
Yeah.
because they get these turnovers at the weirdest times, and defense wins games for them.
Their games are all weird.
So it's always a slugfest, and it's all one kind of in the close quarters. So.
Yeah.
So,
So.
all right. So
And then
we
the
have
fourth
another
game, we're
difference.
doing 4 this week. And again, if you want to pick them, send me your picks, and we'll see how you do. We got the Saints at the Packers. Packers are -2. It's the home opener for the Packers,
Okay.
and Packer fans are always loud anyway. But
Okay.
Jordan Love's going to step on that field and feel.
The best part about
The warmth.
this game and this pick is that there's no way I'm picking Green Bay because I know you're going to pick Green Bay. But I actually like the Saints, even though I was disappointed highly by their performance the other night. I'm a Derek Carr fan. I don't know why, but I'm going to take them and just make it entertaining.
I'm hedging my bet, but I'm picking the Packers. If Aaron Jones is back, it would be a definite pick
Yeah.
for the Packers.
Sure. How bad is he injured?
I don't know. He had a hammy, and I haven't read anything about how long he's out.
Running backs and hamstrings, calves, all those things.
Yeah, and same with if Christian Watson. I don't know if he's back yet or not.
Yeah.
So last week they played without their number 1 and 2 running back and receiver,
Yeah.
but they've got capable.
Right.
running
Jordan Love's
back.
playing pretty good.
He is looking good.
So
Probably.
I got to see a little bit of it with he did a run. It was I don't know if it was a highlight or what, but he ran down the sidelines, and instead of sliding,
Yeah.
he took on the defender and got tackled, and he got up and he got in the guy's face.
Yeah.
And it was like, what is that all about? Did he trash talk him because he took him on or what? I mean, he's no small dude either.
No.
So,
Yeah.
but you don't really want to see your quarterback
Doing that.
taking on
Yeah.
the defenders like that.
Yeah.
But I think that shows he's got spirit. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe being around Rodgers and his ways, may have done him some good.
I think he learned a lot.
Yeah.
And
Real curious to
and
see how it keeps
if
going.
you heard the announcer, I think it was Jonathan Vilma. Every time he said Love's name, he said Rogers' name. It was really weird.
Weird.
It was like, and Love throws, and he learned. Watch and look at how it looks like Aaron Rodgers. No, don't do that. To
Oh,
that kid.
no.
Don't. And he learned that from Aaron Rodgers, and he's got that
He's got a
release like
voodoo
Aaron
doll around
Rodgers.
his neck with the Rodgers
It's like,
on it.
oh man, yeah. If you were playing drinking game and every time you heard the name Aaron Rodgers,
you'd have been hammered.
oh yeah, it'd have been a long Sunday afternoon for you. And I just thought that was a little unfair to constantly compare him to Rodgers because you can't. He's not Rodgers, and no one's Rodgers. Just like no one was Favre.
Yeah.
And when
Did you hear-
Rodgers came up, you can't say, "Oh, look like Favre."
Rodgers went on the Pat McAfee show, which is a great show, by the way. If you want to
That's weird.
He's
He
weird, but
wears,
boy,
he
tell you
wears
what,
muscle shirts all
he
the
can,
time.
I know, but he's on ESPN now.
Yes.
They signed him up,
Yeah.
and he's got the biggest deal in you can ever imagine. With,
Oh, yeah.
with the betting and all that, with the FanDuel. So money's no object now. He just likes talking.
Well, was no. You know what he
But-
did before this?
What did he do?
He was a
he was
punter for the
yeah.
Colts, for the Indianapolis
Yeah,
Colts.
but he didn't make. I mean, he made some money, but he didn't.
I'm sure he
he
made
didn't
a
make
couple
that
mil.
kind of.
I'm sure if he
got
played.
He got a $30 million contract.
Well, yeah, you
with
did.
FanDuel.
Yeah, that's not punter money.
So, And I'm sure ESPN's paying a pretty price for him.
Oh,
to
yeah.
be on.
Yeah.
But he's a galvanizer. He gets people to watch.
Yeah.
And he's very close with Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, yeah.
And so he gets the Rodgers scoop before everybody else gets it. And apparently, he was on, and they were just kind of asking him about what's next. And he says, I'll be back.
Yeah.
Playoff time. I'm going to rehab like nobody's ever seen anybody rehab.
And I had heard, and
That's some serious motivation.
I don't know who I heard this from. It could have been my son, but I'm not sure. Where he said that he went to this doctor who does things differently. It was a different kind of procedure than the normal Achilles tear repair, and that he thought he'd be back by the end of the season.
Okay.
Because of the way he did the surgery and I guess the rehab. Now, I could just...
The problem is he'll have to be traded if he wants to play in the postseason.
Well, yeah, this year. Yeah.
So he's going to do all that work and
Yeah.
have nowhere to play.
Yeah.
He might as well just wait till next year.
So if that's the case, it'll be interesting.
Oh, man.
But
I hope he comes back. I really wanted to see him play this year. I've always liked watching him play.
yeah,
He's a creative
it's fun to watch.
guy.
You may not like him. You may think he's weird. You may think
once that helmet goes on, it doesn't
he
matter.
had problems.
I wanna see him play.
He treated the Packer front office bad. Whatever. I don't. But
Hey, whatever.
just like Favre. When Favre left, I was still a Favre fan.
Yeah.
I wasn't a Jets fan. I was a Favre
Sure.
fan.
I get it.
And this same with this. I'm an Aaron Rodgers fan.
I understand.
And, he was fun to watch, and you got to remember from the end of the Lombardi era to the Favre era, the Packers were horrible.
Yeah.
And I grew up with them being bad.
I understand.
And
I went through it with the Redskins
Yep.
until
And-
George Allen showed up.
one year they'd make the playoffs. I think Lynn Dickey was their quarterback, and they had that great Monday Night Football game against the Redskins. I think it ended up like 48-47.
Right.
So when you get that, you get spoiled.
Sure.
30
yeah.
years with
Oh,
two of the
absolutely.
greatest,
Well, look what's
arguably
happening
the
in
top 10 quarterbacks.
New England.
ever.
Been spoiled.
Yeah.
They're having their
Yeah.
troubles now.
Yeah,
Poor Mac Jones. I'm such a Mac Jones fan,
yeah.
and boy, he's had a tough go up there.
And remember the debate was, especially when Brady won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Was it Brady or was it Belichick? Well, you can't separate.
Well, here's the other debate that's even more pertinent to this was the debate over San Francisco trading up to number 3 in the draft, and Mac Jones was in the top, 5 quarterback prospects.
Yeah,
But because of XYZ, he wasn't the running type, and he was more pocket passer, and blah blah blah. They went, but he would fit like Purdy's doing right now.
yeah. Shanahan's
He would have
offense.
fit right out of the
Yeah,
gate,
yeah,
and they didn't pick him, and so he ended up in. And I thought it was still a good opportunity for him to be
Yeah.
with Belichick.
yeah.
And but maybe it was Brady. To your point.
Yeah, I don't know.
Apparently Kraft, the owner, he's, he might just say behind closed door, Bill, we had a hell of a run.
think
Let's
it's time
put you
that-
up in the front office.
Yeah.
You can.
Yeah, you can't outright fire that
They're not
guy.
gonna, they're not going to fire him. I mean, he's a legend.
He's a legend.
And
And
we'll see.
I always
It's
thought
a long season.
I always thought
I
Brady
mean-
would come back and work for the Patriots because he and Kraft had a great relationship.
Yeah, he did.
So I always thought he'd come back and work with them.
Yeah. Brady can do
But
anything.
yeah,
Whatever he wants
Yeah.
to do. I don't
he'll
even
just
know.
keep his TB12 business going.
Yeah, he's got a
And-
radio show thing
Yeah.
he does once, or podcast or something
Yeah.
he does.
I did see the
But-
commercial. That Manning cast on
Yeah.
ESPN.
Oh, that's a great
And-
commercial.
and they
I
were
couldn't
even-
get the job. They wouldn't have me on.
Yeah, they were interviewing people to be like, come on, be as a guest, and he's there, Tom Brady, and they're like, no.
So clever.
That is
That was
hilarious.
one of the most entertaining commercials.
Yeah.
And with Peyton and Eli sitting there, and they just go, nope, Nope.
Yeah. Yeah, they wouldn't hire me.
Oh,
I don't know why. That's funny.
gosh.
So,
They got to be on this coming week, old Peyton. They weren't on last week.
no, I think they're only on
There were
certain
2 Monday night games.
They're only on certain games, so
Yeah, they
I don't think they want to do boring games.
I think that's right.
You know, I don't blame them.
I think they just
can
yeah.
kind of pick and
They
choose
pick
with
up.
that.
No. But of course,
Yeah.
you don't know in the beginning of the year exactly who
Who's
the
gonna
boring
be
games
boring,
might
yeah,
be. So
yeah.
sometimes that'll switch around on you.
That'll shake out.
But anyway.
So, all right, so that's where we're at today for this week. I got one other thing I want to ask you. 50 years ago today,
Okay.
a major event took place in sports. So we're talking 1973.
Okay. Secretariat won.
Well, Secretary won, but
Johnny
not
Miller
today.
won the U.S. Open.
Not today.
Oh, where
That was that was at Oakmont, wasn't it?
Oakmont. That was
Yeah.
in June of
Yeah.
'73.
Yeah.
Because I
know.
was well, I would be 13 by now, so
Yeah.
I have a little memory of it. All right, so in
Yeah.
the fall of '73, I guess we're
Yep,
close to
September. Yep.
fall. September of '73.
A major event
Major event.
that
Give me the sport.
had to do as much about society
Oh,
as it did sport.
oh, really?
It involved a man and a woman.
Oh, the tennis match?
Yes.
Bobby
Fif-
Riggs?
50 years ago today, Billie Jean King beat Bobby Riggs in the Battle of the Sexes.
I watched it.
Tennis. I remember watching
I
it too.
watched it.
And I saw somebody was showing it.
He's so funny.
He was.
The guy, I mean, the things he said were so,
He played it out
back
so
in the day
much.
stuff.
He played up
And
that
he
male
was such the
chauvinist thing.
chauvinist guy.
I know.
He just,
And
women shouldn't be on the same court as a man.
And I don't think Billie Jean. I think she took it more serious than he did.
Oh, yeah, she was
And,
having none of it.
yeah.
And that was before she got into the bodybuilding and the
Yeah.
steroids and everything else. I
Yeah.
don't know if she did steroids, but she certainly.
So
you know,
yeah, but I remember it.
She kicked his butt.
I think he handed somebody a baby pig.
Yeah, oh, God. He was
my
a
memory
showman.
serves me. Yeah, and I have it was on some channel, and I happened
You
to
happened
just
upon it?
flip it on, and I watched it,
Oh, no.
and I was like, man, like she seemed real tense early,
Oh, yeah.
and it was like 2-2.
Well,
in
the
first
ratings
set.
on that were huge.
Oh my God! But she
Whoa.
seemed a little tense,
That was back
and
when
then
we didn't have all the cable TV and everything, so that was
yeah,
right front
three
seat.
networks.
Everybody's watching it.
Yeah,
Mm.
and then she
Well,
was
there's-
able to break his serve, and
There's a
And-
surprising piece that you threw at me.
yeah, I just want to know.
Good for you.
I got some quizzes that I want to break out on you soon.
Oh,
So
well,
that I get off of
as
TikTok.
long as I don't get scored on
No, well, we'll stay here till you answer.
them.
it.
I might need a lot of clues.
Yeah,
I have a memory for some things, but
Yeah, one
some
of
things
them-
I don't have any.
one of them
memory
was
for.
like the top cereals in the world. You know,
the top cereals. in the
cereals.
world?
Yeah,
Oh.
and the different
Frosted
brands.
Flakes.
That was one of them. Yes,
Oreo.
there were like 8 of them.
Cheerios.
Cheerios. I'm not sure if that made the cut,
Oh,
but I got all of this off of TikTok.
all right. We'll try that.
I will
another day.
give credit to the
like
guy
that.
who does it because
I like
it's
those
his
sort
TikTok
of things.
stuff.
Yeah, bring that in.
I got a whole bunch. I got a lot of basketball ones because I started watching this in
Okay.
basketball season last year.
All right.
So-
Basketball, I don't know if I'll be due to you.
So yeah, I have them on my phone.
Bring some golf.
I could. They don't ever have golf ones. If you had golf quizzes, I would quiz you on them because I like to challenge you now.
Mm.
So anyway, congratulations, Billie Jean King. It was a great show, and I guess
Oh, I was thinking
You know,
Martina. Yeah, Billie Jean
women-
never did bodybuilding.
women were.
That's right. She
you know,
wasn't even born yet. Oh,
Yeah.
Martina.
But,
that's what I
well,
was
no,
thinking
she
of.
was, but because I think
They played together.
overlapped. Yeah, they played
did
against each
overlap,
other.
if
But
she-
it was her
If
and-
she was born, she was very young.
Yeah, it was her and Chris Everett who were the big.
Because if
that
I was
her big
13,
rival.
was she older than me? She might have been.
Yeah.
Anyway,
'Cause she
sorry
was
about
late
that.
70s,
I just
so.
had that revelation in my brain.
All right, so we're gonna leave it on that note. Battle of the sexes. I guess women are better.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Leave it that way.
I don't know. But that was a very major event. Very,
Yeah,
you know,
it was the talk of the world.
yeah. So So get your picks in. We gave you who we picked. We gave you the point spreads. ghicks@somersetmd.us. Let us know what you think. Keep watching. We're slowly building up a small following, and it's time.
How can we not have a funnel?
That's right.
I mean, look at us.
Yeah, look at us.
How do we not have a funnel?
At least, look
All
at us.
the
and go,
chicks should be lining up to
laugh,
look at us.
laugh at us. And,
They can do
you
that
know.
too.
But it's time that you start watching and send me some emails.
I just want to meet your brothers at some point.
Oh yeah, well, I have
Hi,
to tell them
brothers.
that you want to go live. If I could get the phone to pick
We
up,
need a little back and forth, you
if
know.
I could get my speaker and the microphone to pick up,
yeah.
I would call them
Well,
and we would have a conference call. And,
there's plenty of technology
do that.
available in the world.
Yeah,
so
but
maybe
I don't
we gotta
know
go
that.
figure that out.
So maybe once I can figure it out,
Yeah.
we'll have at
Get
least
me in
them.
the off season and maybe I'll
Yeah.
take it on.
All right. So until next
Golf
time.
off season.
Yes,
We're still
that's
playing golf
all year round.
Plenty of golf to be played.
Especially here.
Man, we're rolling. The golf course is in great condition,
Skipjack,
as it always
Super
is.
Pass.
Skipjack Pass. We're still taking those.
Yeah.
And
Come on out.
you
I
know,
mean-
this time of year is a great.
And
great
I don't
time
know
to
how
play.
well you see the sun behind us, but it's a beautiful day.
It's magnificent.
Nice and warm. Great day to be out on the
Can't
course.
be a better day.
Yeah.
I don't know where all the people are. We had a few come in.
Yeah.
So,
So, all right. Until
all
next
good.
time,
All good.
be good, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.